Medicare Advantage plans can deny you access to healthcare right when you need it most, but a Medicare Supplement plan can cost you thousands of dollars in premium that you might not even need. So, which one is actually better? Let's quickly break down these two options in simple terms. First, Medicare Supplement, also called Medigap. With this option, you keep your original Medicare, Parts A and B, straight from the government as your primary coverage. Medicare A and B will pay the first 80%, and the supplement acts as a secondary policy to cover most or all of the remaining 20% cost. So you're paying a higher monthly premium in exchange for more predictable fixed costs. Option two is Medicare Advantage, also known as Medicare Part C. This is where you choose a private insurance company approved and contracted by Medicare to manage your benefits. These plans work more like a traditional health insurance. Think HMO or PPO. You'll have a doctor network, fixed copays for services, and sometimes prior authorization. They're funded by Medicare. So when you enroll, Medicare pays that company to manage your care. That's why many of these plans have low or even $0 monthly premiums. All you need is A and B of original Medicare. But they do change every year, and this is why you see Medicare ads every fall. Think of it like your home or auto insurance. You want to review it annually and make sure you're getting the best deal that fits all your needs. So, really, what's the downside to Medicare Advantage other than the doctor networks? Well, most doctors only have to deal with billing the insurances, and it's a lot easier to bill original Medicare A and B through the government. And so they think that's the better option. However, original Medicare doesn't cover all the things that you can get on a Medicare Advantage plan. So, is it true that Medicare Advantage can deny you access to health care you need or deny the claims that the doctors submit to them? Yes, sometimes they do. But here's what people leave out: they can't just deny care anytime they want to cut costs. Prior authorization exists in all insurance, including original Medicare. And Medicare Advantage plans are required to provide coverage equivalent to original Medicare. The denial doesn't mean no forever. Most of the time, it means they need more documentation or they want to try a less invasive or lower cost option first. Now, are insurance companies trying to cut costs? Of course they are. They're a business. But appeals are more straightforward than people think. And a lot of denied procedures end up getting approved after a review, especially if you know how to navigate the system or you have a good agent helping you. And here's the part some doctors won't agree with me on. For a lot of people, especially when you factor in finances and gaps in original Medicare, Medicare Advantage actually makes a lot more sense. Not everyone can afford high monthly premiums forever. And the truth is, unless you need dialysis, chemotherapy, or have multiple hospitalizations or skilled nursing stays in a given year, then the Medigap company is collecting more premium than they pay out. On top of that, original Medicare doesn't consider dental, vision, or hearing medically necessary, meaning you will have to pay out of pocket for those expenses. Every Medicare Advantage plan has a maximum out of pocket limit. All of your co-pays and co-insurance count toward this amount, giving you a ceiling to your financial risk for each year. Now, supplements are fantastic for the right person. If you have ongoing expensive treatment like dialysis, or if you're okay to pay extra for peace of mind, if you want less red tape and network restrictions and can afford dental, vision, and hearing costs out of pocket, a supplement plan is the better fit. However, Medicare Advantage plans can also be a great option. If you don't want to pay an extra $200 to $300 a month and you like having dental, vision, and hearing included in your coverage, they can make a lot of sense. At the end of the day, the system kind of forces you to make a bet. Are you going to be healthy or are you going to need a lot of care? And the problem is you don't actually know the future. So the goal isn't to guess perfectly, it's to plan smart. Make sure you're covering your preventative care. Do not ignore things like dental, vision, or hearing because neglecting those can lead to bigger health issues down the road. But at the same time, don't spend thousands of dollars on premium out of fear. There are other ways to protect yourself financially from the worst case scenarios. It doesn't all have to come from your health plan. If this helped you think through your decision more clearly, please hit that like and subscribe button and feel free to reach out or drop your questions below.